Welcome, guys. PSGINT here. Today I'm with my bro here. We're gonna talk PSG versus Manchester City. What's up?
How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me, and thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, it's always pleasure. Like small accounts like us to need to like get together to grow bigger and find an
Yeah,
audience.
true, true. That's true, man. I appreciate that. This is what I see. A lot of people don't do. They want to do it alone, but doing these things alone is not the best. Like for instance, if PSG is playing Man City, look for another account. Look for somebody else who also is
Yeah,
doing it, and try to work together. As both of you are like, if you're small accounts and growing, it helps you reach another sort of audience. Man. I appreciate that you picked me, and we're here. We might be working with each other in more projects. You never know. You see, this is how it starts.
yeah. We can even do like a preview for the next game away at Etihad.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. That'll be good, man. So what's your name is just PSG? What PSGTNT?
PSG Int, so PSG International it stands for. But you
Oh,
can,
PSG International.
yeah, my real name is Mohammed. You can call me that if you want. It's easier.
Okay. My name is Patrick, and my channel is just True CityFan, and that's it.
Okay, should I call you
You
Patrick
try.
during this?
Yeah, go ahead, man. And do you want me to call you Muhammad?
Yeah, 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 that's the easiest way for both of us.
Cool, man. Cool.
All right. So, what are your feelings before the game? So it's tomorrow. It's less than 24 hours left for the game.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Are you confident?
No, no, man. For me, it's PSG and City. It's two complicated teams, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Um, Either team can show up and make the other team look stupid. Sorry for my language, but I mean, like, either team can show up and make the other team look average. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends. It depends who shows up on the day and has a day. Do you remember the first game we played? You guys made us look average the first half. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
You
I
played
remember.
us off
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played us off the park, and I was like, oh my god, this is bad. I was like, what's happening? Then we ended up making you guys look average, and you guys, obviously, it like shifted. So I don't
Mm.
know what happened in that first game. I don't know, was it the intensity? Was it because like, I don't know if you've watched the Premier League. Premier League games, people are so intense for so long. It doesn't matter if they're losing; they continue the intensity and
Mm.
they never give up. So maybe PSG, I was thinking, are you guys used to playing intense for certain minutes and then you beat the opponent? Then you know how sometimes for you guys it's easy for you guys, not now, but a
Yeah.
point in time in the past where you could beat somebody and you could relax and just sit back and you've already beaten the opponent, which City used to do back in the days. But these days it looks like in Premier League there's this habit where they never give up. They will continue pressing you to the end.
Mm.
So do you think maybe that was the advantage of a City? That City brought that mentality from the Prem that you never give up.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, it had a big like. It made a big impact, but I don't want to sound like a sore loser. I'm just saying like the goals we conceded in that second half. I know City were better than us, but in that second half, but those two goals we could have prevented them. Like
Yeah, you could have, but
especially
let's be
the
honest. It was schoolboy mistakes you guys had.
yeah, 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 the Morris free kick. I mean, how big of a chance is it that the wall will open directly while the ball is going through?
Was
So
it Neymar? Was it Neymar who jumped with his back? Who was that who jumped
no,
with
no,
his back?
I think it was Paredes and Danilo Pereira or Guy, and
Yeah,
they like I don't know, they opened the hole.
yeah,
But for me, it has more to do with tactical flexibility, because
mm,
it went so Pep in the first half he realized that he couldn't continue like this, so he
mm,
changed. You played in a whole different way the second half. You played more intense, more pressing on our left backs and stuff, and Pochettino didn't change anything. He was like, "All right, we're playing good. We will just play the same second half." He wasn't expecting Pep Guardiola to come at him even harder.
yeah, that's true. For me, I was surprised. But what more surprises me is the way every time when your team is losing,
Mm.
why do they always discipline? Why does discipline go out of the window? I don't know if you've noticed this before. I've noticed every time things go bad, the discipline goes out of the window. It's either they start pushing the other guys or start throwing tackles that are dangerous. Like, does that concern you yourself as a PSG fan? Because for me, few players used to do that, and I think they sort of sorted them out at City when Guardiola came. Some players used to do that when they
Mm.
lose, they start trying to start fights or something. I think he sorted that out, but I don't know how Pochettino is gonna sort that out because it was also there during Thomas Tuchel when things don't go your way. I used to see few of your players start fuming and they start trying to get underneath somebody's skin and throwing in tackles. So I don't know yourself what you think on that.
Yeah, that's a problem that like I've felt at PSG for ever since I watched started supporting them. When it goes wrong, our players become individual. Like if we can't like the do you remember when we went out to Manchester United?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
we played so individually. Everyone wanted to score the winning goal, and I remember at the Etihad, like as soon as Mahrez scored the second goal, I remember Kimpembe, Verratti, Di Maria with the red card, everyone flying in at Manchester City players, and it's really unprofessional. Like I wanted to turn off the TV because that's not what I want to see. I don't want to see a UFC fight because it's unprofessional. Like how is your reaction when you see your team like winning a game and stuff, and then the other team just trying to like break their legs?
It was shocking. Like it became bad. Remember, it became bad. It was bad. That's how Idris Gay got sent out. Remember, you became
Yeah.
bad. Especially the tackles were horrible. They were like tackles trying to ruin. I remember there was a tackle on De Bruyne, like as if you're trying to ruin somebody's career. So
Mm.
I was like, is another thing maybe the issue at PSG is maybe they need a coach who brings discipline. Do you know what I mean? I think discipline will bring teamwork. If somebody says, you know what, we don't act this way, we behave this way. Because
Mm.
I have seen it before. It's not the first time. Like I love PSG. Look, for me, even though you guys are owned by the other side of uh, the Arab side, I
Yeah. Yeah.
still love PSG because we are both of us are in the same boat. You know,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
both get treated the same way. People talk about us the same way, or your money. People calling this their or your classic or jealousy. Obviously jealousy because even though we can't really, both of us haven't won the Champions League, they're still jealous of us because we have the money to move mountains. You know, we have the money to go buy whoever we want. So
True.
I think it hurts them. But at the end of the day, I still have a soft spot for PSG. But few times I have seen them now, I start being disappointed. That come on, why we are both new money. Why would you want to do this? But I think if somebody came in there, I don't know if it's Pochettino because I've never seen Pochettino as a guy who can bring discipline. I see Conte. You know Conte. Conte. I
Mm.
see him as somebody who makes sure that I think you don't mess around with Conte in your
Yeah.
team. I think Conte would never allow. I think Zidane also would be a good man manager. That's why I was thinking that maybe you guys, if things never worked out with Pochettino, I think the best would be Zidane. I think Zidane knows how to handle egos. I
Yeah.
don't know if you agree with me. He
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
how to handle ego and people who of his big stars. He
Yeah.
handled Madrid players, you know. So he also has got a bit of the legend feel in
Mm.
France. I'm pretty sure even the Paris Saint-Germain people would give him respect. That is a French legend, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think they would support the players over Zidane. So
Mm.
that's the guy I keep thinking that you guys should be looking at, you know, if this guy doesn't succeed. Because I don't know, I don't think like Pochettino has the courage to bring everybody down because even the stuff that happened with Mbappe. Sorry, I sound like I'm, but it's just that I'm passionate
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like as I
No.
said,
No.
I like both of our teams. I like our teams to succeed. That's why when PSG went to the final with Bayern, I was supporting PSG.
Mm.
I was on PSG's side. I want both of us. It doesn't matter if it's us or you guys. I want us to just shut everybody down and just say we've made it with new money. You know, so that's what I keep thinking. I don't know what your thought is. I've always thought Zidane would be the perfect guy if things ever go to that level.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Because like Pochettino last year, I didn't want to judge him because you know a manager comes in January. It's very hard to
Yeah,
get
true, true.
anything out from the side. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait until the after the summer, and he got an amazing transfer window. He got like in every position that he needed a player. He got a centre back, a left back, a midfielder, and he got Messi. But we're playing like worse than Norwich City, so it's not
Wait,
acceptable. So we need a
wait.
change.
What do you say? Wait. I haven't been watching you guys a lot. But have you, as your playing changed? What has changed between the time we met you and now? Because you did beat Bayern. Don't forget, you were knocked out Bayern.
Yeah, yes, but how we beat Bayern, it wasn't like we had we controlled the game and stuff. We just played on their biggest weakness, and that's counterattacks. Like if you saw
Yeah.
both games, it was us defending for our lives and then counterattacking. So it was like a smart way to beat Bayern because if you beat them by their high line, it's done for them. So
Yeah.
maybe Pochettino will try to do the same with City,
Mm.
but it's so hard to do that against City. But because first they have much better back line. Like Bayern had Boateng and Pavard and these, whilst you guys have
Mm.
Diaz, Stones, Laporte, Walker. So and what you said before about Zidane, the problem with Zidane is two stuff. First of all, he wants that France job. I think that he will take the France job before taking PSG every day of the week. And
Oh, you
secondly,
think? Is that what he wants? A national team job?
yeah, why would you? Because like France went out to Switzerland, so the people and the French Federation aren't happy with Deschamps.
Mm.
Plus Zidane is from Marseille, like he's born and raised in Marseille. So I, I don't see the possibility of Zidane coming to PSG. So that's
Yeah,
my answer.
true.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
yeah, continue.
yeah, but look, going back to the game, obviously,
Mm-mm-mm.
sorry, I got sidetracked. As I said, I'm very passionate about both teams because both of us seem to be put in the same category because we're new money. So look, for me, I don't know, I don't know what to expect, man. We have a big game on Sunday. I don't know if you know that against Liverpool.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's gonna do in this game. Mahrez was not played for a lot of games. Maybe this is what he was keeping him for. Fernandinho was kept in 2 games on the bench. One of the games he was kept at home. Uh, he didn't Raheem played at the end. Maybe he
Mm.
just wanted to sharpen him up. Ferran Torres was put on the bench. Maybe he also wanted to keep him for this. I wouldn't be surprised if we go into that game with a whole new team, whole new front line,
Mm-mm.
because I think Pep fears Liverpool a lot. You know what I mean? I know PSG is a big team,
Yeah.
and I know there's Neymar and there's bigger stars, but
Mm.
you know how Pep fears Klopp too much. He fears him so much.
Yeah.
I think he would be willing. Have a feeling he'll be willing to take a draw at PSG,
Mm.
but he would rather have his second, like sort of few other players out to be rested
Mm.
and then keep them for Liverpool. But I don't know. The gap between Tuesday and Sunday is big.
Yeah.
For professional players, I'm pretty sure you can play Tuesday and Sunday. I don't know
Yeah.
if you agree with me.
Mm.
Yeah, for professional players, you can. So look, man, I don't know. I hear you. Your game against Club Brugge was very intense. I didn't watch the whole game. I just
Mm.
watched the highlights. But I don't know. Was Messi playing in that game?
Yeah, yeah, he played.
Do you know who I'm scared of?
Who?
I'm scared of Messi if he shows up because this
Yeah.
kid, no, this guy, not this kid, this guy, man, he can sometimes just become prime Messi. He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it. He can just pick that today I want this, and he wants the Champions League. So we'll see anyway. But that's what I'm scared of now
Mm.
because I'm only scared of some of your stars showing up, uh, and doing something special on the day because they want it. So that's basically it. And I'm also afraid that maybe Pep will say, you know what, I would rather not lose to Liverpool. I can take a draw here, and whatever happens in this game is fine. So
Mm.
we'll see anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good point you bring up because if you ask the question which team is more hungry just for this game, I would say PSG because you guys
Yeah, true.
had Chelsea before and Liverpool.
Mm,
Plus, you have already won against Leipzig, a tough fixture,
yeah,
whilst we
mm,
only drew to Brugge. Plus,
yeah,
this is your guys' hardest game in the group. It's PSG away. So out of all the games, as you said, Pep might take it easier than maybe he should because he has, as you said, he just played Chelsea, a very hard fixture. You pressed a lot. The whole team worked. So
yeah,
so maybe Pep won't be that angry if you said if a draw and maybe possibly we say a loss
yeah,
because because we need this win more than you because we
yeah.
drew
We
and you
do.
won.
Yeah, I want to see. This is where I'm going to see what sort of man Pep is. Both of us, if we're watching this game and we see a full strength lineup like the one that played against Chelsea, you know he's a very greedy
Mm.
man. He doesn't want he doesn't drop standards. That's
Yeah.
when you realize that maybe Pep doesn't really drop standards, which he doesn't sometimes. He doesn't care. He sometimes will you will be surprised saying, "But we're playing Southampton." Then he puts a very strong lineup. While like the Chelsea game, he put another lineup. He only put Bernardo Silva. You guys, I can say if you don't see Bernardo Silva on that pitch, you should say thank God because
Yeah.
that guy, when he gets back this form, which he got like years ago,
Mm.
he just runs. He just presses. He will not leave you. Once they told him to man mark somebody, he's gonna man mark whoever they've told him, and he won't let go of them. But let's see. I believe. But for me, if I was Pep, I think because I know he's scared of Liverpool. He is scared of
Mm.
Liverpool. Uh, and you are right about that. Even if we give this away, we're on 3 points. We can still have a fighting chance against you guys, maybe at home,
Yeah.
or a fighting chance against the other clubs. So he might actually put Fernandinho in this one. He might put the other guys who never played, but I don't think he'll change it that much. The back line, it seems like he wants to keep it the same way. He wants to keep the same Cancelo,
Mm.
Diaz,
No,
Laporte,
we will
and
soon come to
Walker. Yeah,
we will soon come to like the lineups and stuff.
yeah,
We
grand.
can
Yeah.
talk about.
So anyway, so how do you see the table yourself? Like, I thought Leipzig was a threat, but I didn't know they're also poor defensively because Leipzig never played with a good City defense. You know that, right? They were
Mm.
given the other defense because people were injured.
Yeah, yeah. Plus they lost Konate and Upamecano. They lost their two best centre backs, their
And their captain, they
coach,
also lost their captain.
yeah, and Sabitzer. So
Mm.
I don't fear Leipzig. Of course they are like not the easiest team, but I don't fear them that much. Like Brugge away, like we weren't at our best. We were pretty bad, but Brugge were
Mm.
also very good. So I would say like keep an eye out for Brugge. They might even be harder against you than it was playing Leipzig.
Yeah, the blue. Yeah, I saw the highlights. I think it's a game. It's a team everybody took for granted, and they didn't. We all didn't know it's an unpredictable team.
Yeah,
You can't predict what like Leipzig. We know what they're gonna do. Three at the back, wing backs. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They'll try to that wing backs to attack. If you pin back the wing backs, they're done. So they will give you goals too. Leipzig. They play end-to-end football. So Brugge, nobody knew exactly what they were gonna
mm,
give.
mm.
We all just wrote them off and say Brugge are going to be the whipping boys, but they'll be unpredictable. It's the same as when we had Porto in our group. Everybody thought Porto would be the easy one, yet Porto was just packing the bus, locking everything, making sure there's no space, and suffocating the other team. So you might be right about that.
Yeah. They were the only team you didn't win against. You got a draw against them, right?
No, we beat them once and drew.
Yeah, you drew the second time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you won against Marseille and what was the other team?
Yeah, I don't remember the other team, but Marseille and the other team, we beat them twice. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like both of our teams are coming in with very good form, as we can see from the last six games from both sides. We have won five and drawn one. Same for City, same for PSG. Of course, you
Yeah.
guys have played like Chelsea, one of
Yeah.
the top teams in the world. Whilst we
What top team do you play? In who's top of the table right now?
in League One,
Mm.
it's us. We have won seven straight in a row.
Jesus Christ, you've got good form.
Yeah, but if you watch the games, like against Lyon, we scored a late winner. Against what was it? Metz, we scored the 95th winner. Against Troy, we won 2-1. So we haven't been like, oh my god, we're unbeatable. We have just won because we have such a good team. It's hard to lose with such a good team because like
Yeah.
Neymar or Messi can turn on just for a second, one second, and it's a goal. So I would say like City are favorites for this game because we haven't gelled as a team under Pochettino and with the new signings. Hakim has been good, but Messi has still not been Messi. The 10 out of 10 Messi.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, that's why I'm saying it's an unpredictable game because you never know what you get with these two sides. You
Mm.
never know. It always depends on how much somebody wants it. So it also depends on what City is gonna turn up on the day. If they really want it, if PSG really want it, PSG might take this. And if City go with the attitude of saying, draw or we're just there to get rid of the game.
Mm.
It might be something else. So we'll see. As I said, it's very unpredictable because you must know that regardless Messi, whatever people say, he's still the X factor.
Yeah.
He can show up. He can just show up on that day and say, "I want to destroy this team," and it's impossible to stop him. All you have to stop him is to drop him in the box. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure that's what Pep is going to tell these guys, and make sure you keep Messi away from the box. Make sure he's not anywhere close to the box
Mm.
because once he gets in your box, it's
It's done.
very difficult to stop him.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Do,
yeah, this is a good record for you guys, and it's good form from both sides. So maybe we might actually see a very good game.
yeah, like PSG City have always been great games because it's so much quality. It's two top managers, it's two top clubs who want to achieve the Champions League as much as the other. But
Yeah, true. Yeah.
do you think that like our head to head, so the time we met in 2016 and last year, will have like any mental change for like will we want this win more? Will you guys be more comfortable with us never beating you?
This is the thing also. It's both sides. What if you guys maybe this head to head, if you look at it too much, it makes you already feel as if there's pressure on you. Do you get
Mm.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you've never beaten City and you're like, we've never beaten these guys. There's extra pressure on you.
Mm.
But what if it's also a bad thing for City saying these guys have never beaten us, and then they go relax,
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that they can just show up. So it's a 50-50 thing. It's both sides because PSG can have pressure or they can have the determination and say, you know what, guys, we can't allow City to continue coming and beating us in our own home ground.
Mm.
And but we've also had the same issue. Remember, we had it with Liverpool. Every time we meet Liverpool, we were struggling at Anfield, and it was like it's a mental thing. We had to break the curse like 2 seasons ago. That's when we finally
Yeah.
went and beat them at Anfield, and we beat them again. So it plays mind games, for players. It's either you're determined to make sure that that's dusted, or it becomes pressure on you, and then
Mm.
it also leads into a negative thing. So it's how the players take it. If
Yeah.
they want to be positive about it and say, look, we want revenge, and they do it in the right way, it might happen. But sometimes when you overdo things, you leave space. That's what somebody told me. Is like uh, PSG right now need to make a statement in this group because they drew. But what if they oversell the statement, and play aggressively, like they
Mm.
play that let's win this and leave space at the back, and then yourself with Edison, if you leave space at the back, they pass the ball back to Edison. The front line always knows that Edison has the ball. That's like it's done in training. They know that there's a line. They will signal him. He throws it over the line. It's another issue.
Yeah.
So I hope Pochettino is ready. He tells his guys that relax, don't overplay this. Make sure that you just play your game, because I think if you guys go aggressive, it might pay off maybe, but it might also leave gaps at the back,
Mm.
for you guys. So what I can say is I don't know. I'm never sure. It might be pressure or it might not be pressure. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Like for me, tactically, we can either choose Chelsea's way, and that's playing defensive and then trying to beat you on the counter attack,
Yeah, yeah.
or we can try to play your style, and
Mm.
that's having possession. For me, I want that more because even if we try something, maybe we haven't done as much, and that's like controlling and dominating the game, as we did in the
Mm.
first half against you. Why that should would be better because you guys you aren't like used to be playing under pressure. You aren't used to the other team having dominance and having the ball.
Yeah,
So for me,
yeah.
I want us to go all out and have the ball and make you guys worried, make you guys stressed. Because if you have the ball and you're dominant, you will create chances and you will score goals. So for me, it's
Yeah,
just
true.
not leave the ball to you guys.
Wait, that means you don't trust your team in pressing? You don't trust them without the ball?
No, I do, but I don't know the counter attacks if it will work because we saw Chelsea. Chelsea is a good counter attacking team. They did it
Yeah,
against Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, but when I saw Chelsea City, like Lukaku and Werner had literally no chance because Diaz he's so fast and strong. Walker tracks back when it's needed, and like Messi and Neymar aren't as quick anymore. It's just Mbappe, and if you
Yeah.
guys put Walker on Mbappe, then what should we do? Like Hakimi? If
It depends.
if
It
you
depends, and you know the thing about Walker also. The thing about Walker is you can't pin him back because he doesn't go in front. He doesn't go like. Do you see how Cancelo will go in front and he'll try pin the other fullback back? You know what I mean, or get space in the front. Walker just sits back sometimes, especially when we played you guys. Walker never went over the
yeah,
halfway line.
exactly,
He just
exactly.
seated, he stayed that side and made sure. But you know what? Mbappe might have you say he might have joy, but Cancelo is also becoming a very defensive fullback. You know that, right? He's becoming very good defensively.
Mm.
Yeah, but I get where you're coming from. That at least he might have joy that side, isn't it? That
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
more than Peter. Because Walker, sometimes it's impossible.
yeah,
Even
yeah. It
Mbappe
is,
said
it
it
is.
that you try to run from him, he'll find you.
No, no. So I want Mbappe on the other wing because I even remember the first game, Cancelo was subbed out for Zinchenko because he couldn't handle it against Di Maria, like defensively.
Yeah,
He was
yeah, he
pushing too
wouldn't.
much
Yeah.
up, and Zinchenko is much more like stable
Is
and
Di Maria
defensive.
playing? Isn't he
No, no,
injured?
no. No, no, he's suspended.
Oh yeah.
From the
Okay.
red card, yeah, he got a 3 game suspension.
Okay, grand. Okay. What about the Gay? I thought he also got a red card.
Yeah, yeah, he got a 1 game suspension, and that
Okay, grand.
no, maybe 2 game, and
Okay, grand.
and he didn't play City or Brugge. So
Okay, grand. Okay.
yeah, we can talk about that. So Di Maria he's out, totally suspended. What have you heard from Zinchenko Gundogan? Or
Zinchenko is just a small muscle injury. That's what they say. That's what
okay,
he Pep said. That it's just a muscle. And Gundogan was touching his thigh. The game he played, the last game he played, he was touching his thigh. So
mm.
it might also be a hamstring or something or muscle.
But even if they come back 100% fit, you don't see any of them starting.
Nah, both of them one play. The one play. There's a lot of people in front of them who are fresh.
Yeah,
A lot of people who can play those positions. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't risk Gundogan to just bring him straight. He would rather, I think, play De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva or Foden down the middle
mm.
and put Ferran in the front. So I think he would rather find a solution for it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Bernat isn't in the Champions League group, and Ramos is still injured. So
Mm.
if you look at the lineups, for me, from what I have read and everything, this should be the
Yeah,
predicted lineup.
yeah, very
M-
strong lineup. Yeah,
yeah, it's our strongest lineup. If you can change it to 5 at the back and change either Guy or Herrera for Ramos as a centre back
mm.
with Marquinhos
Yeah.
as the CDM. I still don't know if Messi is gonna play centrally,
Mm.
but I think so. Even if he's on the lineup as a right winger, he will move centrally. So,
Yeah.
but now we have Verratti because that was our problem against Club Brugge. We didn't have any transition like pass transitioner. It was like our
Mm.
defense had the ball and they couldn't move it onto the attackers.
Yeah, but that midfield you have isn't Verratti a box to box or doesn't he play DM sometimes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe like all of them three will stay as like defensive. I just put
Mm.
Verratti there because he's gonna be a little bit forward than them two. But with Messi and Neymar being able to sometimes drop back, I think Verratti will stay and the wing backs will go up.
Okay, okay,
So
makes sense. Yeah.
so them five like Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Guy, Herrera, Verratti, they will stay and the wing backs will help out the attackers because Neymar and Messi they will move centrally, so there will be
Okay,
space for a PSG player on the wing, and
okay,
Mbappe I think he will just find a little bit of space and trying to run into with Messi and Neymar feeding them.
okay, grand. Okay.
Um, can you tell us about City? How do you think they're gonna play? And with this
For,
being
for
the predicted lineup.
For me, I don't think because he hasn't been playing Jesus as a striker, but maybe he might in this one. He's been playing Jesus as a right winger, but I think it's Mahrez is gonna come in because Mahrez is due a game. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Mahrez played very well against PSG. Look, the back line, I don't think it's going to change. I think Stones has just come back, so maybe Laporte will be the one playing in the back line
Mm.
um, with Diaz, but you never know. Laporte might be rested, and Stones will come in. You never know who he swaps, but Walker will be there because we need him for the counters, you know. And I'm pretty sure you know yourself that when we are playing, it's usually the two centre backs and Walker staying at the back,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
forming a back three. Yeah, they form like a back three, and Cancelo tucks into the midfield
Mm.
and helps Rodri sometimes, or Bernardo Silva, who's next to De Bruyne
Yeah.
when we are defending, he also goes back and helps Rodri in the back. So Bernardo Silva has become key. That's how we won that other 98 points season. It's because of Bernardo Silva. When he's fit and he's on form like this, he's unplayable. He turns into a box to box DM, CM, everything. He does everything in
Yeah,
that midfield.
he like
And
he glues the defense and midfield together and
yeah, yeah,
attack.
and yeah, when you're pressing like the same as Chelsea were doing, where they had Werner and Lukaku right behind Rodri because they wanted to isolate our centre backs, you know, but it
Mm.
wasn't working because Walker wasn't going anywhere, and at the end of the day, the passes to Werner and Lukaku were not getting there because Bernardo Silva and Rodri were fantastic, were blocking everything, and then De Bruyne was marking Jorginho. Because when you mark Jorginho, even and leave Conte, Conte is not a good passer like Jorginho, so they were marking De Bruyne was following. Then you saw Silva was following Conte wherever he goes. You see, so there's a
Yeah.
good strategy. So I think this is the team. I think Grealish should continue playing. I think he loves Grealish because Grealish holds on to the ball and draws fouls. So whoever is outside for Grealish better be, is it Hakimi
Yeah, Hakimi.
or Mendes?
Not Hakimi.
Yeah, I don't know how good defensively Hakimi is, but if Hakimi is playing against Grealish,
Mm.
he mustn't rush for tackles because if he
Yeah,
does,
yeah,
he'll end up getting sent off because Grealish somehow you can't take the ball off him.
yeah. Mm.
The only if you it's only few fullbacks who are able to take it off him, and I see
Yeah.
why. He there's a way he holds the ball. You can't see it. It's between his legs. So for you to get it, you're gonna have to drop him. And
Yeah.
your defense, I think, are gonna have to be careful because I don't know if you've noticed. He also gets into the box, then he slows down play, and he doesn't rush things. So you really have to be careful what he
Mm.
does. But that's the lineup you've given. I think this is what we'll see because I think, regardless the fact that Jesus wants to play as a right winger, he can be swapping around. You know, De Bruyne can drop into that false nine. Jesus goes to the right. Then Mahrez takes where the position where De Bruyne is.
Mm.
But as I said, we always play a 4-3-3, and all the time Bernardo Silva is next to De Bruyne. But what you've done here is how we play when we are being attacked. Bernardo Silva always drop next to Rodri to make sure that they screen the back line and they help the
Yeah.
back line. So that's basically what I'm going to see. You're going to see the same thing. If he changes it that much, he might put Raheem staying where Grealish is and put Ferran Torres on Jesus and Jesus as the right winger. If he continues, maybe because he wants Jesus to press and help out.
Yeah. But two things like last time we played, he played Fernandinho in the away fixture. Do you
Yeah,
think maybe there's a chance Fernandinho can come in for Rodri?
there is, yeah, because after the Southampton game, Fernandinho was rested.
Mm.
We thought he was going to play the next game. Then he brought back Rodri, and Rodri had a very fantastic game against Chelsea. But I tell you that the reason why he had a fantastic game, I think, is because of Bernardo Silva. The way he helps him,
Mm.
gives him more power, and Rodri has power. Bernardo Silva has speed. So I think they combine very well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think he might play. Okay, as I told you that it will show how much Pep is sort of a greedy man or
Mm.
greedy manager. The way he's gonna set up his team. If you see the same team against Chelsea, you will know that this guy is so greedy. He doesn't want what? He doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to slip. So I think Fernandinho come in because he's fresh. His legs are fresh. But just between you and me, and also few City fans, no offense to Fernandinho, against Southampton, it looked like his age has caught up with him.
Mm.
Uh, like he was tired. He couldn't run with the Southampton midfield. Like he was lost. He couldn't he was nowhere to be seen. So I don't know if Pep maybe has realized that maybe this guy's age has caught up with him. But look, Rodri might be required for Liverpool, so you might see Fernandinho in this
Mm.
game. Yeah,
I'm also saying like it would fit more like against Chelsea. Why Rodri works much better there because Chelsea like play long passes or something, and you just have to
yeah,
intercept them. But playing against
yeah,
PSG, with him being the CDM, like Messi and Neymar will come at him every time, and
yeah,
Fernandinho is a better tackler than Rodri
yeah. You're right about
and
that.
more
Yeah,
aggressive. So that's why I think there still is a chance for Fernandinho because like he fits playing against PSG more.
yeah. He fits playing against teams that play the ball on the floor, not hoof the ball over the
Yeah, yeah,
tops.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Go on. Yeah.
And the last one has Pep stopped playing De Bruyne as the centre forward, like playing with no striker.
No, he has stopped. It's either Foden. He's put against Chelsea. He put Foden as the first nine. But you must realize this. What happens is it's a fluid front three.
Yeah, yeah.
Grealish also goes down the middle. Jesus also goes down the middle. Mahrez will go down the middle. De Bruyne will stick in there, and Mahrez will drop back and go into midfield. Or Grealish will drop
Mm,
where De Bruyne is, and then De Bruyne will go to the left. They all just switch. I don't know. He's sort of playing a fluid front six.
mm,
It changes. Like you never know. In a few minutes, you see Jesus is down the middle. When you see that people are crossing the ball in, let's say we're struggling to score by doing cutbacks,
yeah.
sit and cutbacks,
Uh,
you'll see Jesus go down the middle and they will start crossing it over the top so Jesus can head the ball in or get something. So it will change. They keep swapping. Like it keeps swapping. Even sometimes De Bruyne will drop next to Rodri to act like a quarterback to sort of ping balls over the top.
yeah.
So that's what Pep has been doing. It's like a fluid uh, front six or front three. They just change. You never know who's becoming a striker. Foden might start within 10 minutes. It's fading. Jesus, Foden will go
Mm,
to the right or left. It's they just swap according to how the other team is setting themselves up.
yeah. And the
Yeah,
problem then becomes for the PSG defenders, who's they're gonna mark. He
yeah.
always
That's
needs to
that.
know who's on his side, who's gonna mark, and that's
Yeah, like
gonna.
right now, what you see, like right now, you've asked me a question, like who's gonna play up front? None of us knew. That's how I'm pretty sure the PSG defenders are thinking that who is it going to be? Is it going to be
Mm,
Jesus? Like how a player you're supposed to prepare yourself
yeah,
that
yeah,
look,
yeah.
I'm gonna face Neymar tomorrow, and then you find Neymar is playing center.
Mm,
Then Neymar is swifting. I think that's why our thing worked last time because you remember Mahrez was down the middle, forming a two front men with Foden, remember?
yeah.
Then it splits it becomes De Bruyne. So I think that's what confuses, but it's also a disadvantage sometimes because you find there's cutbacks and there's nobody in the box because everybody's just being fluid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, we'll move to one to watch.
yeah,
So first Neymar. So what we'll just do like when it's a PSG player, I will start, I will talk, and then you can say what you want about the player. But when it's a
yeah,
City player, you can start. So Neymar, he has been in really good form lately. Uh, when he came back, he was all these memes that he was fat and stuff.
yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
and
I saw them.
yeah, and he took it like a bit personally. He even
Yeah,
posted like a picture of his six pack on Instagram and stuff, and said, "Oh, I'm skinny now" or something. So,
mm,
but he has played really good. I believe he has been. If you look like at the games, he has been PSG's best player so far in the games he has
yeah,
played against Lyon. He was really good, and the last two games against Metz and Montpellier, he has been really good.
mm,
I believe like 3 assists, 1 goal.
yeah,
So for me, I expect the most from him, and as well as of course of Messi as well. But he has just come back from an injury, so it's not
yeah.
so like Neymar. I remember in the first half against you, he was crazy. Like he dribbled
He
past
was.
everyone, even in the box. Like three players were on him, but the problem still with Neymar is his finishing.
Mm,
Like Against Bayern, remember when he hit the post like 2 times, missed the open chance and stuff. So I don't know what I expect from Neymar, like finishing wise, but I know he will complete dribbles and create countless chances. What do you
Yeah.
expect from Neymar?
Look, the same thing as he did in the first game. He was a handful. He was trouble. He caused so much trouble. The only thing I will notice is, as you're right, he ends up disappearing. I think it's as if he tries, and when he doesn't succeed, I think Neymar is a player that if he scores the first shot, I think you're going to be in trouble. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
will
yeah.
continue. I think he's a confidence player because I noticed in those games when he tries and he sees that he's failed, he sort of becomes non-existent. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah, like
And he starts,
the second game.
yeah, yeah. And then he starts picking fights. You see, I think this is one of the guys I was talking about. Like he starts picking fights instead of showing his skill because he's a very skilled player.
Mm.
And for me, one of the best in the world. You should let your football talk, no, and not your drama side. Like
True.
let the football talk and do that. But you know what? He's still a scary player, man. I'm still scared of your team. As I said, most of your players are talented players, and if they would decide to show up, it can be curtains for anybody. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Do you see the Neymar from the first half or Neymar from the second half playing?
I'm look. I'm
Or
pretty
unsure?
sure. I'm pretty sure he's looking for revenge. I'm pretty sure your players are not. I don't think they took the defeat last time properly. I think they had the confidence that they
Mm.
were going to win the second game. I'm pretty sure you can agree with me. I don't know if it was Name or somebody who said we'll be back or something or revenge.
Mm.
For the second game, I remember somebody said it was Name or somebody said they're gonna win or they'll be back or somebody posted something like that. So players don't forget, and they're gonna take it personal. I know it'll be tomorrow. I'm expecting a fight. I'm expecting a war. I'm expecting an intense
Mm.
game. So Neymar is gonna bring it, but if he doesn't bring it, I don't know. The thing about you is you've got Messi now, because before in the past, if he doesn't bring it,
Yeah.
it's either Mbappe has to be on the pitch and also bring it. So we'll see anyway. We'll see. I think it depends on him. I think he has to start showing leadership skills. Has to start showing that this is my team. Because to be honest with you, he left Barcelona because he wanted to be the main man,
Yeah.
but he came this side and found Mbappe, who came in, and Mbappe sort of stole that mantle away from him. So this guy, I think, time is running out for him. If he starts arguing with Mbappe, he's wasting his time. Mbappe is younger than him. Mbappe has opportunities. Do you get my point? Mbappe has more opportunities. He
Yeah.
has to start picking himself up right now and say, look, I have to show the reason why I came to PSG and I have to be a leader and stop
Mm.
causing fights. So he was even happy that Messi came in. I was surprised with that because I thought he left Barcelona because he didn't want to be in Messi's shadow. But it is what it is, man. Neymar is still talented, and it's only a fool who would sit down and think that Neymar wouldn't show up. Neymar would show up and destroy any defender, regardless who you are.
Agree. Agree. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
Morris. What can you tell me about him?
Look, man, he hasn't. He had preseason, right? He came back early for preseason, and in every preseason game, he scored goals. He came back with the form he came with last season.
Yeah.
Uh, but he played against Spurs, and he was non-existent. And ever since he played against Spurs, he was left out. He's been left out. He hasn't been given any opportunities. He has been coming off the bench. Jesus has taken his position, and Jesus seems to have come with fire and form. PSG. No, not PSG. Pep. Pep
Mm.
has no loyalty,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is I don't know. Maybe that's why he's one of the best managers. Like he has no loyalty. Maris was his guy. He dropped Bernardo Silva. Remember, Bernardo Silva
Yeah.
was his guy at the right hand side. He said, "I'll never drop him." He dropped him. Took Mares. He said Mares is on fire right now. Dropped him after the Spurs game. I don't know if Mares did something that Pep did not want. He wasn't tracking back. Now he's got Jesus. He's dropping Mares. So look, I don't know, but I think Mares is a big game player, and he never misses Champions League games. So you might see Mares, and Mares tormented your team last time. I don't know who he was playing against on the
Yeah.
flank. I don't remember.
It was
Danilo. Did Danilo?
as a left back. No, it was Mitchell Baker, our like third
Mitchell
left
Bakker.
back.
Yeah, yeah. So look, Mitchell played well though at first. It's just that it's during the counters where Mitchell couldn't was
Mm,
non-existent to
mm.
find Mahrez. You know what I mean? So look, that's the thing about Mahrez, man. He will finish goals on impossible angles. You know, like the one he scored in the other game.
Yeah,
He will trouble you. You have to. Obviously, he's one dimensional, but somehow people never figure him out. He cuts in this side and he wants to get on his strong foot, which is the left. You have to just stop him from using it. If you let him in, you're in trouble. He can see the goal. So I don't know if he's going to play because he's been on the bench. But as I say, maybe he was rested because Mahrez was brought in the last minutes at Chelsea.
yeah,
So maybe it was just to warm him up for PSG.
yeah. M- me being from Algeria,
Yeah,
I like Mahrez, of course. I watched
yeah,
him win us the African Cup of Nations and stuff.
yeah. That was
So
amazing. Yeah,
yeah, as you said before, he's they can't like learn how he plays because what he will do is he will go like it looks like he will shoot with his left foot, then a fake shot, then the defender is gone. Like he does this to the best defenders, like Robertson,
and they still fall
Chilwell.
for it. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't know if he's gonna shoot or he's gonna fake shot and then dribble in and then cut in a pass to Gabriel Jesus who's waiting.
yeah.
But now we have Nunes. The problem is he isn't that experienced, but he is fast. So pace won't be a problem. But like as I said,
Trickery.
yeah. Even the best defenders can't read Mahrez what he's gonna do. So
Yeah, like if Myers comes with fire, and especially a kid like that, the kid has to have the best game of his life, you know?
yeah.
Because you know yourself, being from Nigeria, this guy, I don't know, like he does the same thing and people don't still,
Mm.
there's nothing you can do. Some defenders say, yeah, it looks easy, but there's nothing you can do. And he'll sit you down. If you play
Yeah.
around, you'll be on the floor. You will be on the floor if you. So this is yeah, this is one of the guys I would say from our side you watch out for because he looks like he's a big moment player, you know, big
Ye-
game player. He loves the big lights
Mm.
and he's very experienced, so he knows what to do. He knows how to delay the time, and he knows how to draw defenders.
Mm.
And as I said, if you let him go through the byline, if you let him go in, cut inside, you know what he's going to do. He'll whip it as soon as he just cuts immediately. If you let him on the 8 yard box to continue going and you give him space, he'll bend it over the keeper, over you guys,
Top
and
left, yeah.
to the side of the keeper. So that's why I like Bob Myers. But I don't know what's happened between him. I think ever since the Spurs game, he's just been dropped and starting off the bench. Yet he was the guy scoring in our preseason games. He
Yeah.
saved us in few games because there was a lot of kids in that game. Myers was saving us in preseason. He was playing dangerous with Cancelo at the back.
How big is the probability Mahrez will play?
I think he will because he put him. I think you know what he started putting players at the Chelsea game while it's ending
Mm.
for no reason. You know, you're like, why is he putting Mahrez now and putting De Bruyne out? He's removing this person and putting this. He removed Bernardo Silva. He was removing people. No, he didn't remove Bernardo Silva, but he removed De Bruyne. You could tell that he wants to rest him. Then he removed who else did he remove? Grealish. He removed Grealish, then put Mahrez in. He put in Raheem for somebody else, I think for Rodri. Then he threw in. He removed the left back, Cancelo. Do you see where I'm coming from? You
Yeah.
could tell what he's doing. He removed Cancelo, then put Fernandinho. Like he was just put people in randomly. Why it's Chelsea could have scored, you know, but he was just putting. So maybe I was thinking, oh, maybe I think he's warming them up. He also did the same thing in the other game. He removed a few people, then put Myers in just to give him a few minutes. So I think he will play because if we are playing again, if you want people to press or if you want people to be fresh, then you're gonna have to put these people like Myers, Ferran Torres, who didn't play.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sounds good for Mahrez. Next up, Lionel Messi. I
the goat.
believe. Yeah, I have the goat spot with two players. It's Messi and Zidane. For me,
Mm.
them two, like individually, they share the spot. But what do I expect from Messi? Like as I said before, he has just come back from injury. But
Yeah, you
as
did. Yeah,
you also said, Messi can turn into prime Messi at any second. Just he
yeah,
gets the
true.
ball, like he hasn't scored or assisted for PSG yet, but he has like hit the
That's a
crossbar.
surprise. That's a
Yeah, yeah,
surprise.
but for me it's not a problem. Like I've been watching the games. Like most of the haters, they aren't watching the games. They're just looking at the stats. But
Mm.
Messi, it's not Ronaldo. Ronaldo, you have to look at the stats, but because that's the only thing he does is to score a goal. But Messi, it's much more than that. He creates chances. I know it sounds funny, but he has hit the crossbar, so he's unlucky. But finally, these chances will go in. These assists will be scored by the player.
Yeah,
So
true. Yeah, true.
for me, it's everything with Pochettino, how he plays Messi, how he instructs him to play. Because Messi, a player like Ronaldo, you have to build a team around him.
Yeah,
But
like,
Messi,
like, yeah,
Messi is like the heart. You have to put him into the team. He's the heart.
yeah,
He connects
yeah,
with every player, every movement. Whilst
yeah,
Ronaldo, he's just the finisher. He just like the topping of the cake, or what do you say? He has
yeah.
nothing to do
Because
with the team. Yeah,
yeah, because people, you know what, people have to realize this, Mohammed. They have to know that this guy carried the average Barcelona team.
yeah.
He carried it.
So long.
So it's a matter of where Pochettino uh, puts him. You know, I was thinking he was gonna be a creator. That would have been amazing for him to play behind a striker.
Mm.
That would have been a good formation for Messi. So I don't know what Pochettino is thinking or what instructions he gives him, because you can't think Messi is gonna run again, outrun people. There's fast wingers these days, you know.
Yeah.
There's fast fullbacks these days, and people press. Uh, so you can't expect that Messi from years ago where he could run from midfield. Yes, he can still do it now, but people will gang him, you know? People
Mm.
will go all over him now. So Pochettino has to just tell Messi that you're gonna be my creator or you're gonna play him a false nine. Do you get what I mean? Give him
Yeah,
less
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Don't tell Messi to press. Don't. You're wasting your time. Don't tell him to press.
No, no, I don't
You
know.
can tell him just wait for the ball. They'll give you the ball at feet. You dribble and you create. You know?
Mm. No,
Yeah.
that's a very good it was a thing you brought up. It's either he's a playmaker or a goal scorer.
Yeah.
Moving on, De Bruyne, your creator. How has he been this
Uh,
season?
Not great, man. Not great. You know those slick passes that used to reach players,
Yeah,
then they're not reaching anymore. They are not inch perfect anymore. Like there's something missing. Obviously, he came back from that injury that the Belgium coach made him play with an injury. I don't know if you heard about that. That he still made him play.
during the Euro.
What? Yeah, during the Euro, apparently he played with the injury. That's why things went a bit serious. Now there's a bit of a caution that if he gets injured on the same knee again, he's gonna get surgery and it's gonna be out for 6 months. So the City knows that. That's why they don't play him a lot. But Pep has still been playing. He played him against Southampton, then he played him against
Chelsea.
Chelsea. It looks like he's putting him in the games, but no, he didn't play him against Southampton. He put him at the end against Southampton, but he played him against Wycombe Wanderers, which everybody was like, I thought we said we have to look after him, but he
Yeah,
played
yeah,
him
yeah.
90 minutes against Wycombe Wanderers. I bet he was preparing him for PSG or Chelsea, both of these teams, but he doesn't be the same De Bruyne man since he came back. The passes are no longer crisp. He loses the ball a bit. I'm not being harsh, but he loses the ball a lot these times, and the passes are being stopped by defenders. The same passes he could ping, there's no
Mm.
match there. So he's sort of getting back to his best. You never know; he might get back to his full best in this game, but that's if he plays. But there's nobody else can play because the Gundogan is injured, so De Bruyne will have to
Mm.
play. It would be mad if not have him in the team. So it's not the De Bruyne, you know. It's sort of a De Bruyne who's trying to recover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what you're gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not criticizing him. You have such high standards for De Bruyne that
Yeah.
even a slightly worse De Bruyne, it's a big difference because he's so good when he's like at his top.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
We as PSG, should we be scared of him, or should we be scared of, like as you said, Mahrez and Grealish and Jesus more?
I think you should. You know, like these players, like De Bruyne and some of these players, their moment. They can do something in a
The
moment,
X factor.
because yeah, because I can tell you that okay, don't be scared of De Bruyne, right? Then he pings a pass straight to Foden's feet,
Yeah.
and it's a goal, and you're like, I thought you told me not to be scared of him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say he can still see a pass. It's just that those passes he could see, like those ones where somebody's running and he could bend it over the defenders. You find it's not reaching the guy. It's going out. It's so I think he's not sharp yet. But with the Chelsea game, he had few moments, but every pass he did, which those impossible passes that make De Bruyne and separate him from other players. Those ones, the extra nice ones, were not as sharp and clean as they were when he was fully fit and when he was obviously in peak. To be honest with you, he's 30 years old. Uh, you can't continue expecting the guy to be there, but maybe a bit of intensity will be lack of his game, but it's still De Bruyne. So we'll see when the time comes. I want to see this PSG game, if maybe his sharpness will be back. This will be like his third game fully fit. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, it's not refreshing. Well, next up it's gonna be Mbappe. You
Yeah.
can you like. Have you heard like the news from the last game? Like
Yeah, I hear he was complaining that Neymar never passed to me.
yeah. Like, first of all, it's Spanish media. Like, the problem I see is like, why are they so obsessed with Mbappe and so on, when he's gonna go to Real Madrid?
Hmm.
Because the site was like, I think, Real Madrid like related. But I don't know what I expect from Mbappe, because I know he was injured for the second game against you guys, but what should I really expect from him? Because his pace doesn't work that much against you guys, especially if he's gonna be put it on the same side as Walker. Diaz is so strong, and like, even if he's not as fast as Mbappe, he can tackle where Mbappe is going. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so unsure about Mbappe.
Yeah, you went quiet there for a minute. I don't know what happened when you switched off that presentation. Yeah, but I don't know what's happening with Mbappe. Does he look unhappy? Is he okay that he stayed? Because I'm pretty sure he feels like he was done wrong, the same way as Harry Kane at Spurs.
Mm.
How is he behaving? What are his stats? Are they still as good as before when he
No,
was fully committed?
no. If you look at his stats, he's been really good. He has
Oh,
contributed to like maybe the fifth most goals in top five leagues.
okay.
He has made us win all these games, but he's still I don't know, just something weird about him that it's
Ego or
unexplained.
is it ego? Is it maybe he's got too much ego for a kid?
Yeah, because like, Mbappe finishing wise, I remember the game against Metz. He had so
Uh,
many chances he missed. Mbappe is so unclinical compared to like other players. So, and if you, when you play against City, if you look at all the goals that City concede, it's a clinical striker that scores the goal.
yeah, it's like that. That's the thing about us. The thing is, we are very unlucky. People tend to become clinical against us.
Mm.
I don't know if they know that, or against City, you don't miss. So people score wonder goals always against us. They score like they bend it over defenders. Like it's always these goals. You're like, Jesus. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like they always. You're right. You have to be clinical. If you play City, City are not clinical themselves. That's what we complain about. That they take too many chances. But against City, you have to be clinical because they will keep you away from the goal. you will end up having a game where you've got no shots on target. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
whatever opportunity you get has to be at the back of the net. If not, then you're gonna end up in a game where there's no shots on target for you.
yeah. Mm. Yeah, the only way to
Yeah,
score against you is a clinical shot because you
yeah.
don't see City conceding many like sloppy goals, no defenders, nothing that. It's mostly.
No, the only sloppy goals we conceded, I think, was against Leipzig, and it was because the whole back line was changed. He
Mm,
changed the whole back line. Yeah, so that's the only time we conceded silly goals. But when it's the main back line, yeah, you're right about that. You have to really have a clinical
yeah.
goal for you to win. Yeah,
So lost player Phil Foden. What can
yeah.
you?
That one, he's back in form. It's as if he was never injured. He came back and scored that wonderful wonder goal against Wycombe Wanderers. Obviously, it's Wycombe Wanderers, but still, it was a wonderful goal.
Yeah, still.
Against Chelsea, he wasn't that active, but you could see that once he carries the ball, everybody is scared. I don't know if you've noticed about Foden. It's the fact he's got this ability of once the ball is between his legs and the way he dribbles, it's hard. Defenders try slide him. He jumps up with the ball. I don't know how he does that.
Yeah,
Like they
it's
try
like
to slide
Messi.
him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are right. They have it. Do you remember that Messi from back in the days who could just dribble everywhere? Has a height like that too, and he just
Mm.
goes through people like that. So Foden, you know yourself also, long distance shots. He likes them outside the box. He seems to have a very good foot. So Foden, if he plays, is one who I could say you have to be very scared of
Yeah.
because he seems to love the team so much. When De Bruyne and these other players seem to not want a game, somehow Foden these
Mm.
days is big enough to carry us. And I'm surprised. Like, he literally doesn't want to give up. I think he loves the team so much. Like, he won't give up. Foden won't give up. And he will find a way.
Yeah, because like
That's what.
Foden, I remember when all the pundits were saying, "Oh, Foden should leave City. He's not getting enough game time." But he stayed for like 3 years, not playing as much, and look at him now, starting for you every game. And that's why, for me, I'm also scared of his pressing. He presses relentlessly, and he's smart with his pressing.
Yeah, he is very smart with his pressing, and his left foot is very dangerous. Now, if
Mm.
especially on the edge of the box, I've noticed, the goal like he scored against Dortmund. He seems to like that when he gets the corner and defenders switch off. He knows how to kick the
Yeah.
ball very well, and so. But the dribbling is scary, and now he's been dropped into midfield these days. I don't know if you know that since he came back. I
Mm.
think apparently, according to the rumors, he's been trained to be more of like inside instead of the flank. It's actually scary when you see him playing inside because he just runs straight at defenders. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
he's not scared. He just continues going straight to the center back.
Yeah.
So that's who for me, surprisingly, I'd say you should be more scared of because he seems like he's come back with an agenda. I think because he wants to. The Euros were not great for him.
Mm.
He was left on the bench. I think he's come back to prove, like sort of vendetta, to prove
Yeah.
that I am who I am. I can be big. So he will be playing his heart out. You know yourself,
Mm.
Foden. I think I'm very happy. I think sometimes it's good to promote these kids, from the academy who love the club. They seem to always never give up. Because some of these big boys, they start giving up when things are not working.
Mm.
But
Mm.
Foden
Mm.
somehow seems to not give up. I think he loves the team so much. So Foden has been great so far. Very good form.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. So
Yeah, don't forget the Chelsea game. Grealish missed his assist. He assisted Grealish, but Grealish missed it. So
yeah, but
he's
it
also
was
been
a
very good.
amazing Mendy save, right?
Yeah, Mendes incredible.
So before we move on to the last section, which is predictions, so you tell me who is the one to watch for this game from Manchester City? If you have to
It
choose one
depends.
player.
If I could choose one player, I think you guys should still be watching Riyad Mahrez. I think so. If he plays. For me, as I told you, he's a big game player. Even though I just hyped Foden, I think Mahrez is the one who
Mm.
would destroy your defense on his day. So I think for me, it's Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah.
I don't know about you from PSG.
For me, it's Neymar. We
Mm.
both chose like the dribblers that can do create something from nothing. And that
Yeah,
just shows those are the best footballers, the unpredictable footballers.
yeah. Yeah,
So
that's true.
prediction. Come on, come on, Patrick. What are you saying?
Yeah. I don't know, man. This game is. Am I the only one who feels this is going to be a 2-2 draw?
What
I
what
think it's going to be a
what
2-2
do
draw.
you want to be? What would you like be happy with?
I would be happy with 2-1. I would be happy with 2-1, 1-0. I wouldn't mind coming out of PSG with 1-0 or 2-1. You guys score first, maybe we score back, then we score again. I wouldn't mind that. But something is telling me that this will be a 1-1 or 2-2 game. What
True.
about yourself?
Now it will be a tight game. Like no side will win with like a 2-3 goal margin.
Nah, it's not happening unless unless maybe both of them just decide it's vibes today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, of course you are coming in. Like we are the underdogs here, even if it's at home. It's just that we haven't clicked as good. Plus, you just came back from that amazing Chelsea performance. So, like the least thing is a draw. We can't lose, especially at home. So,
Yeah,
if you look realistically, with you guys like not needing this win that much, and
yeah,
us not being in great form, a draw would be a likely outcome.
yeah. But it feels like a draw game because I'm pretty sure everybody will be so scared and very
Mm.
timid. Nobody want to give chances. Nobody want to be the
Hmm.
one who opens up. So it might be a draw, and then maybe they will try fight off last minute to win the game. Like when 30 minutes are left,
Yeah.
they'll start. One team will try to win the game, but I'm sensing a draw in this.
But if you think that a team would win, which team would you put money on?
I don't know. I guess I have to put money on my team. I can't go against my team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, look, for me as a City fan, I feel like it's a 2-1 for us. But as a football fan, I feel this is going to be a draw.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
same for
Uh,
me. As a football fan, a draw. What I want, and we need a win. So, yeah, 2-1. But I don't see it happening.
yeah, it's the same thing as me. I just see like this game will be tight. People will be expecting fireworks and they'll be disappointed finding it's a tight tactical game.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's guys everything me and Patrick had here. It's such a pleasure having you here, and
No, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. It was amazing to be here, man. I have learned a lot from you. And you know what? Fair play for that presentation. That
yeah,
looked like top class, man. Top class. Keep doing that, man. Top class.
thanks so much. Yeah, like you're always welcome, and I hope all the City fans or PSG fans that are watching this are getting both like they're getting both sides. They're getting everything from a PSG standpoint and from the Manchester City standpoint.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Yeah. Hopefully we do the review regardless win or lose or draw.
yeah, we can do a review. One of us is like mad and the other one is happy. So it's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah,
weird. But
yeah, yeah.
thanks so much, Patrick. I will be ending the video
Nah,
right now. Thanks, guys, for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe. I will put Patrick's YouTube channel in the description. Make sure to check his channel out. Other than that, peace.